Hi, welcome back to the Mini Machine Shop. I'm Dave. This is going to be kind of a tough video for me because there's a section in it where I've got to try to explain a trail of what I've done here smoothly. I don't know how to say it, but whatever. Alright, so first thing first. I'm from New Orleans and my neighbor's from New Orleans, so the other day he came over and he found some authentic restaurant called Bud's Louisiana Restaurant. And he went there and he was raving about the food and he's saying, come on, let's go. So, okay, fine. Call, make reservations, and we'll go. But evidently it was closed that night, so I said, why don't you come on over tonight and I'll make some shrimp in a sauce that you won't believe. It's big time original New Orleans from my mom. So he said yeah, so he and his wife came over and he brought with him a large bottle of Crown Royal whiskey. So I discovered that 3 tumblers of Crown Royal on the ice will give you the worst hangover the entire next day. That was mine yesterday, and I'm still trying to recover from it, but just a piece of advice, Crown Royal. Next up, I look at all the other videos, YouTube videos, the big machine shops, and the guys all have their own t-shirts, their own cups, stickers. Excuse me. I went a long time ago and started just kind of looking around, and all the different places wanted a fortune, like minimum order 100 cups. Like, no, I want 1 cup. Somehow, the other day, last week, I stumbled across Vista Print, and you could order 1, and it was an absolutely reasonable price. So I guess I'm joining them. I have, there you go, nice cup too. You can upload your logo, and you can put writing on the back if you want. We can cut in there a little bit, and if you read it. But it came out pretty good, nice and clear and stuff. This would have been a lot cheaper, but I decided, what the heck, put the text on the back. And the same way with the t-shirt, that came out nice. This whole thing was $30, and a lot of it was shipping. But, and I upgraded the t-shirt to come on, straight now. Upgraded the t-shirt to a higher quality fabric. And I probably shouldn't have put writing on the back, but I did. So I've got my own now. For anybody that wants to do Vista Print, they sent this little sticker with it, 60% off. So available, only available 11/23 to 12/1. So if you want 60% off and you're playing at Vista Print, all you have to do is enter promo code BESTDEALS at checkout, and supposedly you get 60% off. So now, these videos I always like to do something on the lathe or the end mill or something like that. And I was watching, I forgot which one of the YouTube videos, but the big machine shop said he was turning, what was it, 1144 steel. So in this video at the end, I'm going to show everybody the finish that I'm getting on this. Never heard of it. On one of the other videos I showed all it. 12L14, 1018, brass, aluminum, and the finishes that you get on it. So I looked on Amazon, of course, and they had 12 inches, 1/4 rod of 1144. It was $3 and some change, and since I'm Prime, I love Amazon. My shipping is free. So I love this. $3 and change, and they sent it in this giant tube with this huge bottle cap thing shoved in the end, and I'm reading it going, well, where is it? UPS second day air. That must have cost them a small fortune, because I'm sure this rod didn't have that much profit margin in it. Then you got to buy this tube and the shipping. So that's that. But the tough part, let me put this right here. The tough part is, my dad had passed away 15, 20 years ago. And I didn't have time to do anything, so his shop, I took all the tools, threw them into bins and boxes, and just stored them up in the attic. Well, recently I've been starting to take them down one at a time and restoring them. And I've got them over on the floor, what I've done so far. So I'll take the camera over there and show that. But what I want to do is focus in on one particular tool and kind of the amazing journey I went through finding out what this tool is about. So let me bring the camera over and I'll show you what there is so far. Let's see if I can detach this. There we go. Flip that around. Alright. Rocky journey through the garage, the shop here. There's the tools so far that I've restored. And the one large ball peen hammer was the one I restored from an estate sale, but the rest of this is his. And this is a small fraction of what's still up in the attic that I have to go. But let me set the camera up close in on the bench and show you the tool that I particularly am interested in. Alright, this is going to be the tough part of my presentation. This was the next tool that I had pulled out of one of the bins of my dad's tools. And I was looking at it, and you know, this has got quite a bit of bad pitting in it, rust. There was a thin layer of rust on it. I've already run this through the wire brush. But I was getting ready, saying, obviously this is old. I don't know why you had this, so I was going to throw it away. But then later on that day, I started thinking about it, going, this wrench didn't exist when I lived there, so he acquired this sometime after I moved out. And I'm starting to think, why did he want to keep this? This was on his main shop workbench out in the open, so he was using it for something. And so I figured, let me try to figure out what this is. And I started doing a lot of Google research, looking at images, and I did stumble across a picture of this exact wrench. It was smaller. They were saying the dimensions were smaller for the openings, but this was the wrench, and it said Fairmont Cleve. Alright, well that gives me kind of a start to start digging in and figuring out what's going on. But I was looking at all the pictures once I had the name of the manufacturer on eBay, the pictures of them on Google Images, and they were all badly pitted. And I'm thinking, somebody's got to have one that is not that bad. And I'm looking at it, and all of a sudden I realize, and I'm not sure if you can see here, there's a seam that goes along this whole thing. And I go, wait a minute, this was made in a 2-part sand mold. And after they pulled it out, I can see by the marks on it that this was all cleaned up and ground down. And this wasn't done with a file either. This is done with a grinding wheel. So this company, researching them, I guess was founded in 1917. The Fairmont Tool and Forging Company, and they were making all these wrenches, and this was primarily used in World War II. Now in World War II, my dad was in the Air Force, and he was maintaining and repairing aircraft. This was used, so he saw this tool, maybe in a estate sale or something, and picked it up, because I'm sure he used this back in World War II, and that's why it meant something to him. And being on his bench, I started looking around going, what does this fit? This happens to fit the nut that holds a saw blade on a radial arm on a table saw. So he was using this to change the blades when he had to. But, yeah, all of them had pitting. And so I'm looking at this going, this is really deep pitting. So, yeah, this had to be, pretty bad sand mold, or they kept pumping them out. The mold was getting worse and worse. Now, I don't know how they did this stuff. This is all clean, and I was looking at it, and I don't know if you can see, but there's a perfect line here, and I think that was the injection point for the steel. They had, where's the other one? Yeah, there's a perfect little square here. Like this was the exhaust vent, which I would have put down here if you're injecting here. So I don't know how they injected it, but and you look at, there's a website I stumbled across called alloyarchives.org. Man, they've spent a lot of time, because they cover all the tools. And this particular company, turns out, they say Claremont Cleve, it's Claremont Cleveland. So I have no idea why they didn't stamp the full Cleveland. they don't have a picture of a wrench like this. Well, they have a picture of a wrench like this, but they're showing, they all have the company name raised out, stamped out, and the sizes are in it, made in USA on the other side. So this must have been one of their very first wrenches when they started, and they're figuring out how to make them. But I still have no idea how they made such a clean job here. And I'm thinking, you know, okay, you guys started in 1917. I started researching some cars and stuff, and it's like, yeah, everybody was getting founded or starting back then because the automotive industry was starting. So they saw a big demand in the market for tools and stuff to build cars, and Fairmont Tool did get a lot of military contracts and automotive contracts, and they were making these for years. And I'm thinking, well, where's Snap-on? So at the archives, they have an alphabetical listing of all the manufacturers, and sure enough, there's Snap-on, and I click on it, and Snap-on was founded 3 years later. And you look at the picture of the Snap-on tools, and yeah, they're a lot different. So I don't know how this company is producing this kind of quality or looks while Snap-on is pumping out all the other nice looking tools. But I guess you can go there and you can look at it for yourself. But what else was I going to say? So I don't know how they were in competition, but this carried on for a long time, and then later on they changed their name to Martin Tool Company. But in any case, I'm looking at some of the other tools thinking, you know, well, wow, what's the history behind, oh yeah, you know, this was Fairmont Tool Company, and I look up on my board because I wanted to look at my plum thing, and this says Fairmont on it. So I'm thinking, is this the same company? Fairmont Tool and Foundry or whatever, Forge. But I looked at the plum and I clicked on it on the archives, and it's a kick because I guess back in, I think it was 1926, there was PLUMB and there was another company called PLOMB. And PLUMB put a lawsuit against them for not patent infringement, but trademark infringement. And they fought and fought for years, and I guess I forgot the date, but sometime later, Plum decided to change their name to Proto, of all things. Bingo. Short for Professional, P-R-O, Tools, T-O-O-L-S. So, I mean, researching all of this stuff and the history behind tools is just mind-boggling to me, where they come from, because a bunch of them over on the floor from my dad, lining pliers and this, and everybody's interrelated. And also, yeah, I wanted to mention, one of the other videos, I said I wanted to look at Snap-on, but the website that I looked at when I was earlier researching out Snap-on and Blue Point and Williams Tool Company, they said that Snap-on bought Blue Point. The archive, and they got all their research from ads and articles, and so they're really deep and correct. They said that Snap-on launched Blue Point. They didn't buy them. And they launched Blue Point as a distributor or a manufacturer of tools for entry-level, low-cost tools. And more history on Blue Point was they really didn't make any. They hired two other companies. Excuse me. Two other companies that made the tools for them, and then they sold Blue Point tools. And you know, I've got a bunch of the Blue Points, so. But that's kind of the craziness that I've been going through. So let's get on to the... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention in the opening video, I'd like to thank all those people that subscribed. And I've got a lot of views, and I know a lot of people are viewing it who haven't subscribed. But I'd be really curious, and I'd like to ask everybody on this video in the comment section to leave a comment as to where you are, because I don't even know if I'm international, if there's anybody overseas that are watching my videos or anything. So I really appreciate it if everybody would just kind of put your state or whatever you want. You know, I'm in Colorado, I'm in New Zealand, whatever. That would be really cool to see. And I also want to thank, I was surprised, but I had my first female subscriber. So my hat's off. Thank you. That's really neat. So let's get on with the 1144. This is the stuff, and I have no idea why it's black. But let's set the camera up over on the mini lathe and let's see how it machines. Alright, here we are again over on the mini lathe, and again, somebody leave a comment if you guys have played with 1144. Why is it black? But yeah, you can see I've already played with it. I had to take a little bit off of it when I first got it. I'm anxious. So let's get it in the chuck and see what it really does. The other thing too is I was thinking maybe it rusts or something, so they put some kind of a coating on it. I did put water on that, and I've had this for 3 days, and I don't see any rust or anything on it. On the edge, face, anything. Alright, let's bring it in. Let me get this light out of the way. Yeah, my first play with it a little bit, it's like, whoa, this is pretty cool. Alright, let's crank it up. Did I face it off? Why not? See how facing goes. This thing is cutting like brass. It just kind of flakes off. Wow, that is a pretty nice finish on that face. The backwards is not cutting very nice, but that is really a nice finish. Holy cow. Try taking a deeper cut, see what happens. Take, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 thousandths. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, let's put some rings on it. But if you ask me, this is cutting way nicer than 12L14, which everybody raves as being great. Jeez, that is really nice. That is absolutely smooth. I'll have to try. Why mess with it? But let me try cutting fluid. What do I want to use? How about WD-40? No, everybody. Where's the regular air oil? Regular motor oil. That's what I see all the big shots using. Alright, motor oil. Take another 4 thousandths cut. Seems to be a little bit worse, so let's see when it's done here. Paper towel, clean that off. Yeah, that's worse. It likes being dry. Let me do another cut. Let it dry. Clean that off. 1, 2, 3 thousandths. Yeah, it definitely likes being cut dry. I was touching it earlier too, it's warm, so I don't know what that's going. The stainless, when you cut stainless, oh, it's hot real quick. Yeah, that looks beautiful. I'll zoom the camera in here to show it. Wow, that is nice. So 1144, I would use this over 12L14 any day. But I don't know why it's expensive. This was a 1 foot, 12-inch, quarter-inch rod, $3 and change. I looked on Amazon, a 6-inch, half-inch, 6 inches long, half-inch rod. It's $20. So why that's so expensive, I have no idea. But let's see if I can get a better look. Whoa, focus. Nope. Focus. Here. Focus on something. Won't focus. Out. There. I hope you can see the finish on that, but that is nice. I'd love to get a lot more of this. Let's see if it rusts. I guess I'm going to get it wet again. I was using my breath on it going to put moisture all over it, but I'll let it sit for a week and let's see what happens. Well, hope you enjoyed the video, and like I said, please in the comments let me know where you're from, and so that would be cool. I think everybody enjoys seeing it. Alright, see you later.